Well, this should be an action figure short session. I guess we'll see. This is the Secret Wars Wolverine that came out, I want to say early 2025. That sound right? Yeah, because Secret Wars Captain America, he came out in 2025. Not with that shield, but that figure. The two caps we got in 2025 were the Gamerverse one for Marvel vs. Capcom and the Secret Wars one. Yeah, it's Action Figure Obsession. Did I mention that? Short session. This is the head that came on this Wolverine, and I totally get what they were going for. That kind of smirky John Byrne, Terry Austin, shit-eating grin face that Wolverine made a lot in the time when he was wearing the brown suit. I don't know. Maybe there's a Mike Zeck panel that kind of resembles this in Secret Wars, because Mike Zeck is the guy that drew Secret Wars, not John Byrne. But I don't know. This face reminds me more of that sort of cocky, lopsided grin there, the old knucklehead. That reminds me more of John Byrne than it does Mike Zeck. But Mike Zeck is a very, very unique artist. There's never really been one like him before or since. His style, the guy that drew Secret Wars, I read and was in love with at the time. I was probably 12 or 13 years old when he was drawing Captain America. And, man, he was good. Speaking of Captain America, I got to do something with all these guys. I was going to stick them back over here. That's the space that they were in. But it's very early and I'm very tired. And I'm barely caffeinated. Look at that. I've only had, that much. Another long day ahead. Last day of my prednisone. See how that all works out. Yeah. I did put the Commander Rogers with the 20 years head. I put him back in the Shield display. I don't know if this guy's going back in the Shield display or not. The MCU Chris Evans head with the prototype Shield. I just dig how he looks, man. I'll just keep him here. These are, my little 6-inch pals. They comfort me when I come over here and sit down. It's like the secret origin of a supervillain, Oh, God. Anyway, I've come to, I think I have another one of these somewhere. You can see how bright the colors are on him, a little too bright for the brown suit Wolverine, classic brown suit Wolverine. I do have that. I did another video about the Helverine that I turned into a brown suit Wolverine with an unmasked head, and that looks great, and I love it. I should have brought it over. I was right there. I was looking at it when I was looking for the other one of this. Because I think I have another one of this in my X-Men display, because I think I bought like 3 of these. I bought a whole bunch of the Secret Wars figures. I mean, my initial idea was that I was just going to buy one set to open and another set to hang on the wall, because I enjoyed seeing them in the package. But I kept opening one of the figures. I can't remember which one that I felt the incessant need to open. I think he was wearing like a light blue shirt, if I recall correctly. Can't remember who it was, but so I think I opened 2 of the Wolverines, but I'm not sure. I still have one hanging on the wall in the toy room, and I'm thinking about opening it. Just because it's been a while since I've opened a toy. Yeah, since tax day, since my tax refund day when I went hog wild and spent my entire tax refund except $35 of it, I think, on Grail figures, which that was an amazing find. But what I'm asking is, do you think this skin tone works? Now, this patch head would not be the first one that I would choose. I think this is the alternate patch head from the 2-pack with the Hulk. I believe it is. I could be wrong. But it's the closest one that I could find skin tone wise, an unmasked Wolverine head that would go with that. Because I really, like I say, I get what they were going for with this one. But I just don't know. I don't know if I like it. Yeah. You know who it reminds me of? And the unmasked version of this head, even more so. And I don't see that here, which is weird. because I got my this is the Wolverine section of my fodder bin here. You see Wolverine and his amazing buddies like Sabretooth and well, I don't count that Thanos. That was just a convenient place to put him. But some Nightcrawler heads in there. Those are all Wolverines. Wolverine's daughter, X-23, she's down there somewhere under that guy. But I think yellow is such an unattractive sort of, shade. I don't really like it. And the actor Danny Houston? He was on Yellowstone. He was one of the villains on, well, they're all villains on Yellowstone, really, but Danny Houston he kind of looks like the actor that played Leland on Twin Peaks, Ray Wise. They're often mistaken for each other by people on the internet that I've noticed. But I like Danny Houston. He's a great actor. He really plays a good villain and a good antagonist and a prick and a MFer. But and I can almost see that Danny Houston grin here, but the unmasked head that came with this figure definitely looks like Danny Houston. And I've come to think that it doesn't. It's too, but that particular head is too small for this body, which is amazing because this body is really small. I know it's probably just the stock Wolverine body, but it just seems so small. Here's Kazar, relatively average, slightly above average height. Marvel legend. He's got a whole head and then some on him. You're not one of those people that calls him Kazar, are you? Kazar. Kazar. Come on. Or Lord Plunder if you're nasty. Kevin Plunder. So, yeah. So I was just going to show you. I went through all the heads already. I should have done it on camera, but I'm holding the camera up. Because I was trying to match the skin tone to the arm. Yep, to the arms, the exposed arms. And as you can see, it almost looks like a match at that angle. Yeah, I'm fighting the shadow and the shade. There you go. So you can see that the Wolverine arm is really pink, and this is a lighter shade. It's almost like hot dog pink. This one is really super. This is, I think this is the one that came with the 80 years cowboy Logan with the sword. It's got a very gray cast to the flesh tone. I don't think the face is painted, but it's an ugly ass head. Plus, I don't want a cowboy hat on this figure, although it might work. There you can see that one doesn't really work, right, compared to the arm. This one's a little pinker. I know, another one with a hat, but again, clearly not a match. Then you got this guy from the 2017, I think it was, Weapon X. Way off, right? Orange and pink. Yeah, and orange and pink. Here's the one from the X-Men 97, the highly sought after X-Men 97 Wolverine. This guy's just got fucking jaundice. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him compared to my skin tone. Look at him compared to his own skin tone. I don't know why most of the X-Men 97 figures are painted orange or cast in orange plastic. They look like they have jaundice. Now, if you put this on the X-Men 97 figure, of course, the arms are the same color. So it works by itself as a standalone thing. But holy cow, look at that. It's gross. Dude, go to the doctor. It's a great head sculpt, too. That's the tragedy. It's great. But boy, does it look bad with that plastic color. Finally, we have this one, which I think is pretty good. I think this might be the one that came with that shirtless Wolverine in the Amazon 2-pack. It matches the other head okay, but does it match the skin tone on the arms? It didn't really when I was... I don't know why I can't hold on to these goddamn things other than the fact that they're so small. Can I hold him by his hair? Yeah. How's that? Let's see. not really a match, is it? I think it's a little too, it doesn't look too bad. I guess this would be my second choice, but I really do feel like, keep falling. Really do feel like the patch head, I don't know. The patch head, no, I'm not sure. Hold on. Let me just put that right there. I'll try the other one. I try not to put the phone down. Although I think I did that hilarious, Space the Final Frontier when I did that Star Trek thing the other day. That was pretty good. I would prefer this head that I'm about to show you just because I don't want, as I say, I don't want the patch head because I can't imagine a scenario where Wolverine would take his mask off and he'd be Patch. It's not a perfect match, is it? But I guess it's good enough. Maybe it's closer than this. It's hard to tell sometimes. You got to sit with it, But it's better. It's better than this, right? Old Smirky McSmirkerson from way up north. The old knucklehead. Danny Houston with a shit-eating grin. Just before Kevin Costner, does him in on Yellowstone. Yellowstone, by the way, if you've never seen it, I was reading about it kind of in my news feed for like 3 or 4 years before I gave it a try. It was great. If you've ever been tempted or you're interested or you wondered if it's any good, it's friggin' fantastic. I mean, at the end, it kind of goes sideways because of the infighting behind the scenes on the show. But I think they managed to save it in a way. They did the best they could. But for the first 4 years, first 4 seasons, it is brilliant. And it's this crazy combination of like Bonanza and The Sopranos. What if you crossed Bonanza with The Sopranos? That's basically what it is. And it's much more Sopranos than it is Bonanza. Just a great show, great performances, great actors, people I'd never even heard of. I mean, Kevin Costner I'd heard of, and Danny Houston I was familiar with, and I really enjoy him when he's not playing Wolverine in my action figure collection. But the people that play Kevin Costner's children and his girlfriend and a whole bunch of other characters, just really, really, really good. So, I guess you get the bonus endorsement for Yellowstone if you haven't seen it. I noticed it's on the Roku box. We have a Roku box in the living room. And it offered up Yellowstone as a choice yesterday. And I'm like, oh, it's on Roku now? That's cool. I mean, I don't know that I'm ever going to sit through all 5 years of it again, but it was a good show, and I highly recommend it. And I guess that's why this isn't a short session, just an action figure obsession, because somehow I went on for 13 minutes, and that seems like, it's kind of on the short side for recently. But then again, I haven't had my morning prednisone yet. Today's the last day. R.I.P. prednisone. I'm going to miss it when it's gone. But it seems to be doing its trick. The foot's a little sore, but it's not hampering me or hindering me like it was last Thursday. Last Thursday when I had to run to urgent care because it hurt so bad and I didn't know why. That sounds like the beginning of a song, doesn't it? Well, it hurts so bad and I don't know why. Yeah, problem with my songwriting is I always start with the chorus and then I don't go back and fill it in. So it makes things a little difficult sometimes. But anyway, yeah, I should start writing some more songs, for the 1 or 2 of you that enjoy them, waiting for the inspiration to strike. Okay, I'm looking at this through the camera. I can live with that difference in the skin tone. It's the arms are a little bit pinker than the face, but I think that sometimes, you can get away with something like this with the skin tone if the face sculpt is such a quality work that it sort of distracts from everything else. Yeah, you can definitely see there that it's slightly different, right? But that's okay. I don't mind it. I think this will be his head from now on. And I might open up the other one and put the Danny Houston masked head back on the shelf from that one, on another shelf and in my X-Men display. Why not? What else have I got to do? Right? All right. Coming up on 15 minutes here, I guess that'll do it. Thanks for joining me for this edition of Action Figure Short Session / Obsession / Depression. And please do leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Leave a thumbs down if you hated it. That's fine. Sometimes I go back and watch them and I'm like, I hate this. I'm giving it a thumbs down. No, I don't ever give my stuff a thumbs down. Once in a while, I'll give it a thumbs up. Hey, you know, I did really good. Attaboy. Leave a comment if you have any questions or comments. The comments have been picking up a little bit lately, and I appreciate that. I appreciate any interaction that helps let people know that this channel is alive and kicking and not dead and moribund. So leave a comment if you're so inclined with any questions or suggestions for future videos. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you find out anytime that I'm popping heads off of other people, little 6-inch plastic people. And share the video if you know anybody who has a profound interest in Wolverine's skin tone. That'll do it for this action figure obsession. Thanks for joining me and spending some time with me during your day. Always grateful for your company. And I will see you on the next action figure obsession.